Hello, everyone. Come on in. It's like so ghetto how I have this. Hi, how's everyone doing? Hey guys. Oh my God, do we have a treat for you? Sorry, I'm running a tad bit behind, y'all. Like, you know when you meet a cute boy and you start texting, and that's kind of just what got me wrapped up today. I'm so sorry for being behind, but we have a special guest today. Someone that I think you guys will really be able to relate to. And I cannot wait for you guys to meet them. Do you guys do classes, online classes? Yes, we do have our online lash course for you to get your lash license. Yes, we can help you learn how to do lashes and get your eyelash extension specialty license in Texas. All right, I'm going to bring in our guest for tonight. Y'all, this guy is so funny. Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. Can I just have your regular name?
It's Dennis.
Say that again.
Dennis.
Dennis. Hey, Dennis.
Oh,
So nice to finally connect with you. Oh my God. I be laughing, dying at your videos. Like, you are hilarious. Hey guys, come on in. We got a great live plan for you guys tonight. Let's see. I think I lost Dennis a little bit. Online courses, and I will be certified. You will get your license in Texas. Yes, we prepare our students to pass their written practical exam for TDLR to get your lash license in Texas. Was what you need to be in compliance. Certifications really don't matter unless you have a license, and that could be an esthetician, cosmetology, or eyelash extension license. You have to decide what services you want to offer, and then you would enroll in school for that specific particular license. Let's see, I think I lost him. But oh my God, guys, we have such an amazing live for you guys tonight. We are going to be able to ask Dennis questions pertaining to how you can stand out with your social media. So you guys get your questions ready. I'm gonna see maybe if I can kind of like get him to come out and then come back in. Let's see, because I lost him. Let me DM him on here. Oh no, he's saying he doesn't know how to get back in. Okay, hold on, guys. I may have to start the live over. Let me see. Okay, there we go. He's gonna come back in. I'm gonna re-invite him up. But yes, Dennis, if you guys haven't already checked out his Instagram, he is mad funny, y'all. His content is so relatable, and I cannot wait for you guys to be able to ask him, just get inside of his brain of what you can do to kind of set yourself apart using social media. So let's see. I'm going to invite him back in. Hey!
sorry. I don't know what I did there.
It's okay. Man, I am so excited. But yeah, like I was saying, like when I came across your page, I just was dying. I sent so many of your videos to my other lash friends in the industry, and I'm just like, this dude is hilarious. And so, like, just give us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in the industry, what license you hold, where you're at, that type of stuff.
All right, so I am in New York on Long Island. I actually have two licenses. I don't know why. I'm a cosmetologist and an esthetician. I've been lashing for about 6 years now. Just turn this down. Hear myself. um, so yeah, I've been lashing for about 6 years. I actually got into it mainly because I just needed something that was going to make me money in the beginning. So I actually worked for a big lash salon for a while, just to kind of, I needed money. And then I fell in love with it, and then I just kept going, and now I'm on my own private salon suite for the last 2 years.
Wow, that's amazing. What is the lash industry like in New York? Like a lot of the people that I know in the lash industry, they're either in California, Utah, Florida. I haven't really had any experience with lash artists that are in the East Coast.
Um, I mean, it's here. We have lashes here. It's not. I feel like the West Coast is a tighter knit community in the lash world than it is in the East Coast. I feel like a lot of people in the East Coast kind of just stay to ourselves, unless like we have a small little clique of people that we like associate with. But like it's not as like tight knit as it is in the West Coast. At least from what I can see, like that's what I perceive. So, but yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What are the prices like? Because I know here in the South, we have a huge epidemic of people undercharging for lashes, doing volume full sets for $120, like really, really alarming prices. But I know everything in New York is automatically expensive. So what is kind of like your medium price, or what do the luxury salons charge for lash extensions? And what was that like for you working in a luxury lash salon?
Well, we kind of have that same problem up here, because we do have a lot of people who basically just get like 1 day certifications and then just start working on it for themselves. And they kind of do like the thing that everyone does, and they just compare like what is the person up the street charging, and they charge the same thing. And so a lot of people do kind of undercharge here as well. So it's kind of hard when you kind of know what you should be charging and you try to charge. Like a luxury salon can like up here charges like $150 to $200 for like a volume full set. So that's about the medium price. But I do see a lot of people charging like $100 for a full set of volume. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Where are your prices at?
I range like my full sets are about like 225.
Yes, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that for you. That's awesome. You do amazing work. Like I love the work that you're doing. Okay, that's great. So you hold two licenses. He has his cosmetology and his esthetician license. And you've been doing lashes for about how long now?
I'm sorry, say that
I
again.
think I lost him
No, I'm
again.
here. I'm sorry, say that again.
I was saying, you've done lashes for about how long now?
6 years, since 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, cool. Well, let's kind of just get into our topic. Tonight we're going to be talking about like how advice that you can give to new lash artists on how they can stand out using social media. I can see a lot of your personality in your social media. Like I can just guess that you are a goofball. And actually, I'm coming to New York. I'll send you the dates. I'm coming to New York October 12th through the 16th, so maybe we can grab
Where?
lunch or something like that. I'm being New Jersey. I'm wherever.
Same thing.
Honestly.
So basically the city.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure. Let me know. Um, but like as far as social media goes, I think what you just said kind of is like the biggest thing is you just gotta be yourself. Hold on. Can you hear an echo? Because I feel like I hear myself. Um,
It's better now.
Okay, good. So, but yeah, I just feel like with social media, it's you don't gotta try so hard. I feel like too many people like overthink it and they like second guess themselves and they like they just never start because they're too scared of like not being perfect. And I feel like if you just go for it and just let yourself be kind of like a fool, it kind of resonates better with people.
Yes, being transparent. That's very true.
Yeah. But I don't think everyone has to like do like the funny thing. You know, that's just kind of what works for me. You kind of just gotta let yourself be you and do what works for you, and then it'll kind of seem a little bit more. I'm losing the word here. More like real.
Hmm.
You know, I
Yeah.
just feel like a lot of people they try to be too like too super perfect and like too clean cut and like it doesn't seem like it almost seems like fake and I don't that doesn't work.
Yeah. No, that's so true. Definitely I feel like new lash artists, they overthink everything,
Yeah.
and they tend to like be very, very stuck on what they're seeing and not really focused on what they could be doing. And so I feel like they just see so much on social media now. Like when me and you started lashing, there was really nothing like this
Nothing.
that was out
Mm-mm.
there. There was nobody showing you how to lash on
Nope.
Instagram. There was nobody showing you what they use. Nobody was showing you anything. You literally had to pay to learn any of these
Uh-huh.
secrets. And
Top
now
dollar too.
everything is on top dollar. I mean, the
Yeah.
trainings were $2,000 and above for a 2 day
Hmm.
training. And so now I kind of feel like they're overstimulated, and so it gets them kind of frazzled in the head. Like they're like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta be like this, I gotta do that. My biggest thing is like people, with our school, we are focusing on preparing our students to pass the written and practical exam and learning how to do classic. That
Right.
is my main focus with this school. I'm not trying to teach them volume. I'm not trying
Right.
to teach them mega volume. I'm not trying to teach them hybrid. It's like, and they're so overstimulated with what they see on social media. I kind of feel like it kind of like gets them down when they only learn classic, when it's like you cannot move to these other techniques until you value and master classic, which takes you doing it for at least 10,000 hours.
I
You
agree.
think that after you do a classic set, you're going to be able to do a mega volume full set. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
And so it's so hard to get them into the mindset of, okay, I need to stay here and focus on here. And we see it all the time with when people go to trainings. You could go and take a training, but if you don't set out time to practice what you learn in the training, you're never going to get
Absolutely.
it.
Never. You just basically might as well just throw away your money because you're gonna lose it if you don't practice. You know,
Yeah,
I just feel like
no.
also I feel like when it comes to social media, because there's so much information out there and so many like influencers and like big name like in the industry, I feel like a lot of people get wrapped up more in like the follows and the likes of their posts instead of like using social media more as like a marketing tool for themselves. Because like I know plenty of people who have like 100 followers and like are very very successful. So like I don't think it should be
Mm-hmm.
all about like the vanity metrics of it. I think if you focus more on like what kind of return you're getting from the time you're investing in like in your social media, you'll have a much better like outlook on it, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. You know, like
Yes.
especially because
No.
a lot of us are solo artists, so it's like if we have 10,000 followers, we can't take 10,000 clients. So like it doesn't matter. Like those numbers don't matter. You can have 100 followers and like 50 of those be your clients, and like that's much better than somebody who has 10,000 clients and not a single client from their follower list. You know?
Exactly. That is, man, I love the way you put that. That is so true. It really only takes 40 to 50 clients, returning clients, that you
Mm-hmm.
actually need to be booked and busy. And when it comes to using your social media for marketing, I tell students all the time, like, don't post, not all of your clients should be on your page.
No.
Like, let's just be honest. Some of them don't have great skin. Some of them don't want to be on your Instagram. They're in a rush. Try to get people out of the habit of posting their clients on their page and focusing and using it more of like a, let me set out time. Let me actually have this person who knows they're coming to be on my page. Let me have her bring her makeup bag, and
Mhm.
being more intentional about what you put on your social media. Because one thing that I see a lot is a lot of red eyes, a lot of messy looking application with a whole bunch of tape. And that
Mhm.
is going to scare people who are interested, have never gotten lashes done before. That's going to scare them away if you have all these other things going on besides just showing them the lifestyle of lashes.
Right.
Like, I think the marketing, there's so much we can do with the marketing, like showing a woman at a coffee station early in the morning, like looking down and paying with her credit card, but has the lashes on. You
Love
know,
that.
someone rolling out of bed, or somebody in the bed with their kids, but they're looking, reading a book, and they have their lashes on. You know, there's so many other ways that you can think about marketing, especially when you want to go for a luxury client, than
Yes.
versus just posting clients right after they got their lashes done, especially if they don't have really good skin or if their face is not proportionate, because that is going to be reflection of you.
Right. I Speaking on that, I do think also that something that people don't think of is when they post on Instagram. I feel like a lot of people, again, going back to what I said before, they post for the likes, not to attract the type of client that they actually want. So like they should really be focusing on like posting the type of clients that they want, not the type of pictures that are going to get them the likes, if that makes sense. Like I feel like a lot of people want
Yes.
like the younger clients who like have like the beautiful lashes, but if that's not what's going to, make you the money in the long run, like what is it for? I feel like if you want to attract like a more mature audience, then that's what you should be posting on your social media. But I mean, let's be real, it's, you know, those kind of pictures aren't always going to get all the likes. So it almost seems like a flop to
Exactly.
them. So,
Exactly. That's so true. And if you're always posting those younger clients on your social media, let's just be honest, guys. Like, lashes is for a more mature woman. It
mhm.
is. It's not for the 19-year-old bottle girl. They may be able to afford it while they have their job, but how long can a 19-year-old actually keep their job? Like, let's be
Right.
honest. When I was 19, I had multiple jobs. So
I was
it's
in
like,
severe credit card
if
debt.
you, exactly, if you have to think about yourself as being a business owner, you have
Mhm.
to get serious about who you're marketing to. How much money does she make? If you want
Right.
to attract clients that are making $100,000 or more, you have to sit that down, write that down. What is she doing? She's definitely in a Pilates class. I go to Pilates, and
Mhm.
they're in there. Right off the bat, if I started my lash career over again, I would just be I would actually get a part time job at Pilates and lash all of the instructors for half
Mhm.
off, and really work my business based off of who's going doing Pilates at the studio that I work off. Like, that is
Right.
genius. I just gave you guys uh the first initial thing that you can do before like going to work at Amazing Lash or a salon is get you a part-time job at a complimentary business that has the same level of clients that you're going after. And Pilates is perfect because those women are normally stay-at-home moms, business owners, people that have investment properties, people that have kids who are on the go, and all I see is designer handbags in there. All I see is Chanel's is when I'm in there.
You see
And
money.
they're older women. They, of course, they're on the go trying to get to their Pilates class. They don't have time to be doing mascara and all this type of stuff. And my Pilates studio is hiring, and that is where I would start, because if you start to post a lot of the younger girls with the full big old lashes,
Right.
you you have to understand that those type of clients are very high maintenance. They're very hard to deal with because their expectations are so big, knowing they've been wearing strip lashes since they was 13, and their
Right.
lashes are probably messed up because they've been using strip lashes, mascara, not taking it off, not cleaning, sleeping on their face, all types of crazy stuff. And they really can't afford the service when you could be easy breezy working on a older married lady who just wants to be kept up and can tip you 30%. And she's cooler, she's on time, she's going to be with you for the next 3 or 4 years. Like,
Yep.
our clients stick with us for so long.
Yeah, I've seen it happen so many times where like some girls, at least in my area, they focus so much on like taking people like around their age. They're young, they want somebody they can vibe with during the service, and like they're busy for a while, but then it's like they all go broke. They can't, like you said, they can't afford the service. So they don't focus on like building like long-term relationships with their clients. They just focus on like how to make it more like fun for them in the moment. Like they just want to take people they
Yeah.
can have fun with, as opposed to like building longevity out of their business. Like I think a lot of people forget that like you could be busy with full sets day in and day out, but that's not going to be like good in the long run. Like you want to build a book full of refills because that's like our bread and butter,
Exactly.
and I don't think people like
Exactly.
kind of think that way. At least
No,
as
I
new
don't. I
artists,
don't think so. Yeah, new artists. If you're a new artist out there comes a point in time where, if you are a good new lash artist and you're reaching out to those full sets, you're checking in, making sure that they come back. If they're not coming back to you, that I would probably start there. That you don't need to learn hybrid of volume. Like, you need to learn why those clients are not coming back after you did a classic full set on them. And you need to troubleshoot. You need to understand that, because what he's saying is so true. You will get to a point in your career when you know that you're being successful and what you're doing is working, is when you cannot take full sets because you're so busy with your reoccurring clients that you have to serve every 2 weeks. And that's why it's so important that before your client leaves and after a fill, you book her for the next appointment. You do
Yeah.
not let her leave or tell you that she's going to text you tomorrow when she gets home.
Mm-hmm.
No, my books fill up very, very fast. I would prefer that you go ahead and get on the schedule now. Let's go ahead and put something down. And then as you see your reminders come in, if you need to move it, that will work better for me. Because if you leave now, you don't have the spot,
Mm-hmm.
the clients that I see after you are probably going to take the availability that you want. And you just have to be honest. And I think that's where being a business owner comes into place. Like, there's so many different aspects along with just doing the lashes. You have to be business savvy. You have to understand that you still are continuously selling yourself. You have to maintain these relationships with your clients. You have to keep the tunnel open for communication. Like, they have to be able to feel like they can reach out to you and let you know, like, hey girl, I know you just filled my lashes, but they've been falling out like crazy. And you have to catch that. You have to receive that gracefully. Like, oh my God, don't worry about it. I can get you in for a touch up. No worries. This time, does that work for you? Like, that is a part of the customer service piece that goes along with doing lashes, and people pay for that.
Yeah.
People definitely pay for that.
I think there's also something to be said on that note, that like it's okay to admit to yourself if you're not like the business type, but you're a really good lash artist. Like, it's okay if you want to go work for somebody. Not all of us have to be like our own bosses, our own business. Like, not everyone is built for that, and that's okay. I think everyone, like, when, at least from what I've seen, like a lot of people who try to get into this industry think like they immediately have to go out and like be independent and work for themselves. And I've seen so many people who like don't focus on learning the business side of it, or don't focus on like understanding if they even like that. They might like lashes, but they might not like running a business. So you might be happy working for somebody, and that's okay too.
Exactly. That is so true. And there's so many pros and cons with working by yourself, working for other lash salons, and it's definitely not for everybody. There are some tough conversations that you have to be mature enough emotionally have a level of emotional intelligence to walk through with your clients and not do the blame game.
Right.
People have paid you for this service. You need to figure out if you're going to have a complimentary touch up policy, like within 72 hours of them getting a fill or a full set. If something like is just off with the work that you've done, getting them back in and being like almost like you have to get them back in immediately, because if you let more time go, it's no longer a touch up, it's more like a fill, and that's
Right.
on you, because you're not, in that case you would be staying later to accommodate them, you would be coming in earlier to accommodate them, and not so much playing the blame game, and that comes with troubleshooting and educating them on different types of things. Maybe they went to a hot yoga studio right after their fill. That would be a case where I would do the touch up. I wouldn't charge them, but I would educate them. Okay, I don't think that that's something that you should be doing after you get your lash fill. Your lashes need to set for at least 24 hours, and then you're free to do that. Don't worry, I'm going to go ahead and just touch you up, get you back full, and I'll see you at your next fill. When do you want to book? And just handle it with grace, because and I know it gets kind of crazy. I see so many like articles and stuff going on when it comes to people like having a last minute cancel or no showing and that type of stuff. And as a new lash artist, it can be very, very discouraging. But these are the types of things that business owners have to deal with. Like the amount of things that I have to deal with being the business, like today, I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. I hired a new person to handle the payroll for the school, and they missed the cutoff for Gusto so that we could get paid by tomorrow. You know how that makes me feel, knowing that my employees that have already done the work for the past 2 weeks are not going to be able to have their paycheck until Tuesday because he missed the cutoff. Like it makes me feel, and I had to send that message, like I had to get on my computer and send a message, send a text message. They ain't responded to me because I'm pretty sure they're pissed.
They're showing up at your front door.
Exactly. I'm pissed too. I don't get my paycheck tomorrow. Right. But those are the type of things as a business owner I have to deal with. Like, I had to take the hit on that. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I should have been on him. I know I just hired him. He did the first payroll correct, but the second one he missed the cutoff. I should have been more managing and just checking in with him to make sure, even though he's already been working with us for 2 weeks now, So I had to take the hit on that, and that as a business owner, you have to do that, and it really, really sucks. I feel so bad. So yeah, it just
you do have
so
to,
many other. It's just
those
so
tough conversations are really hard for some people.
Yes, they really are. They really are. So you really have to think about and know what you're getting yourself into. Let's see, before we go, can you just give them maybe like your top 3 tips on like how they can just set themselves apart on social media? And then maybe we can take a few questions. If you guys have any questions for Dennis, go ahead and drop them in the comments.
I mean, as far as like social media goes, when you're first starting out, like I said before, definitely post for the client that you're trying to attract. Like, don't post for the likes or the follows, because that's not going to put money in your pocket. Also, when it comes to like taking pictures or videos, 1, make sure they're flattering. 2, learn basic editing. Like, it's so easy. Facetune, hello, super easy. But also take it from angles that are going to attract clients, not impress other lash artists. Because I see a lot of people taking pictures that like from like closed, like from the top angle, and I feel like that's more of an angle for like other lash artists because they know what they're looking at and they're like, they can appreciate that. But I feel like the potential client who's going to put money in your pockets, they want to see what the lashes are going to look like when somebody else is looking at them. So I feel like open eye pictures, full face, those are more attractive to potential paying clients as opposed to like the closed eyes or like the fancy, like more like artsy pictures that like some people like to take. Like, I do that too now, but I have a full book, so I can do that.
Yeah.
Go
back to when you say flattering, because I think you just need to go into that a little bit more.
Yeah. So as far as like flattering goes, like definitely nothing up the nose. I hate those
Up the
angles.
nose, y'all.
The up the nose angle is like the worst angle you can possibly take the picture from. I think just taking it straight on is like the best way to do it because that's how people are going to see you. So that's how they're going to see the lashes. So a potential client wants to see that. Definitely, like you said at the beginning of the live, is definitely make sure that you remove all, like, I call it the noise around. Make sure that the focus of the picture is the lashes. Like when somebody is scrolling through Instagram and they stop on your picture, you want them to know what they're looking at. Like you want them to know that this is a picture highlighting the lashes. Like you don't want there to be like loose lashes everywhere or like stray hairs or like their brows are all over the place. So definitely make sure when you're taking the pictures that the lashes are the actual focus of the picture.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that. Great advice. Wow. Let's see, we have a question. Hi, I'm about to start lashing, and I just wanted to know if you think that a new lash artist should start at lower prices, or should I start at my gold prices and run promos in the beginning? Hmm.
I have a lot to say on that.
Yeah, me too.
I
I'll let
think
you go first.
definitely, I do think as a new lash artist, it is definitely hard to be comfortable charging like a lot, but you do definitely one have to understand your costs first and foremost. I don't think like a lot of new artists take that into account when they charge their prices. Don't charge what someone down the street is charging because you don't know what their costs are. So they could be making a profit with a low price because they have a lower overhead than you. So definitely understand what your overhead is first and then go from there. I do think that maybe doing like promos in the beginning might help you, but definitely don't try and attract clients on price because then it's going to be really hard to raise your prices when it's that time because clients are coming to you because of the cheap price, not because of the value of the service.
Right, right. That's really great advice. My advice would be to take model sets until you have and make sure that those models come back so that you can do fills, you can collect photos, and I would do this for probably like 2 to 4 months. Get your timing down, get photos, get all the troubleshooting out, dealing with clients that come back with no lashes, dealing with clients that come back with lashes on one side, going through a shedding cycle, all that type of stuff. And I would not put your price out there like on your social media. I would kind of work my models in my daily life, so people where I spend my money, the Starbucks girl at checkout, the girl that's the host, my server, a beautiful girl at the grocery shop while I'm out at the club, pass her my card and tell her directly, hey, I do lashes, I'm just starting out, you have a beautiful face, you have great skin, I would love to do a lash set on you at a discount. It may take me a little bit longer. I do need to get before and after photos. Please bring your makeup bag with you and do that for like 2 to 4 months while you're getting your timing down, trying to reach 100% coverage, and then getting your photos, and use all of that marketing to build up the hype for your actual prices,
Yeah.
so that you can start out at $150 for a classic full set, $125 for a classic full set. um that is a strategy that I definitely use. I mean, the way it kind of went for me is like the first 3 weeks I only took tips, and I was doing a lot of people, and some people were tipping me $50, some people were tipping me $20, some people were tipping me 10, but I was spending a lot of time, max 2 to 4 hours on these people, because I was really practicing. I was only accepting tips in exchange for them to lay as long as they would let, as long as they could, so that I can get as much practice. And then when they came back for their fill, that's when I started to charge them and getting them back to come back for their fill. And then I started my prices off very low. And then if you want to go that route, raise your prices every 6 months. Every 6 months, have a price increase. Have a
Mm-hmm.
price increase, have a price increase. But at the same time, with every price increase, I increased my business. They saw me buying a better mirror. They saw me decorating my lash studio. They saw me buying, making my bed more comfortable, buying more blankets. You know, like they saw the investment that I was making into my business as I was raising my prices. So they were fine with that. And a lot of my clients, they stayed with me through those price increases all the way up until I got to professional prices, because I told them from day one, like, hey, I'm just getting out of school, but one day I'm going to be charging $250. One day I'm going to be charging $300, and I'm not going to stop until I get there. And they always knew that I was always letting people in on my journey. Like, hey, I'm going to go for a training. And after I do the training, I'm going to need to practice on what I learned in my training. Well, can I put you down for a longer fill when I get back from my training so I can practice what I learned? I
Yeah,
won't charge you extra. You know, the first two fills, I won't charge you extra if you let me practice what I learned. And then after that, if you like it, you can start paying my new fill prices, because I will be increasing my prices because I invested in my business. Like, you don't have to
yeah,
go that deep into it. But, you know, letting your clients know, especially if they're down for the journey, like, you'll be surprised as how strangers, they will be so down for your journey if you're
absolutely.
transparent and upfront with them.
But
So
also, I think
that's
that
definitely my advice.
when it comes to price increases, I think that's definitely, I would definitely do the same thing. But I think the fear that a lot of people have is probably obvious. A lot of people have a fear of like losing clients with price increases. But I think you just have to have like a different mindset. It's like with price increases, yes, you will lose some clients, but will at least have now a better skill set, and you will be able to attract new clients that will be comfortable paying your higher prices, and that cycle is just going to keep repeating every time you increase your prices. You're basically going to weed out the people who came to you for the price alone, and then you're going
Yep.
to have room for people who are there for the value of the service, not just the cheap price.
Exactly. And another tip is, as a new lash artist, always make sure your fills are really high, because the people that come back for fills when you first start, you are going to have to do the most work on, because you're learning, you're
Yes,
practicing. It's going to be closer to a full set. And really, because the majority of the money that we make is based off of our fills, if you make your fills higher, then you are going to reach those monetary goals quicker. Because, like, honestly, if you can get your classic fill up to 70, 75, 80, $85 an hour, even if it's like an hour and 15 minutes, you will start to make great money. And, you know, as you're trying to get that full set to match that, you know, $200 price, because I always feel like the full set should be maybe like 20%. It should be double, and then 20% on top of that, a little bit more, because you're spending time doing the consultation form. You might have aftercare kit that you're giving to them. It takes a little bit more time because you're measuring their face, walking through the consultation, that type of stuff. And then going back to what you were saying about raising the price, man, I forgot my thought. But basically, another thing I can suggest to new lash artists is just try not to put your prices and all that type of stuff on your social media. Leave that to your booking site, because the moment that you want to change your price, raise your price, it's not on your Instagram. You don't have to delete posts. You don't have to hide your highlights. Keep everything pertaining to your pricing to your booking site and refer people to that. Don't commit to prices in your DM, because then they're going to be like, oh, well, I reached out 3 months ago. You were charging $60. Now you're charging $120. And it's like,
right.
here's my booking site. This is the price that I charge now.
I
And you don't
agree.
have to explain yourself. You don't have to go back and forth with people, because at any moment, you're a business owner. And one thing that I always had on my business site is prices are subject to change. Like,
Yeah.
whenever I feel like it. If I feel like raising my prices, I'm going to raise my price. And, you know, some people might feel like, well, yeah, oh, that's what we were talking about, losing people. That's what the price increase is for.
It's
That's
for.
when you
Yep.
know, when you are booked and busy and you cannot handle new clients, and before you try to hire somebody else and rent out the bed next to you, raise your goddamn prices.
Mm-hmm.
Like, raise your price, because you will buy back your time and you will be able to work less and make, if not the same amount money, if not
More.
more. And so it's just always about working smarter, not harder. And it might take you 2 years to do that. That's fine. It might take you 3 years to do that. That's fine. But don't ever get stagnant to where, you stop raising your price. You stop investing in your education and taking Lash trainings. You should be continuing to raise your price up until you get to those professional prices. I am not
Yeah.
kidding.
I think a price increase is also a good learning opportunity to see if there is any room for improvement in the service that you're providing. Because if, we always lose clients with the price increase. It's just kind of the nature of the game. But if you get to a point where you are now making less by raising your prices, then there might be something that you need to like focus on in the service that you're providing, and that'll kind of be your opportunity to improve that. So I feel like some people kind of just get really comfortable in what they're doing, and kind of almost forget that we should always be learning and we should always be trying to improve. Like, don't ever be comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
you should always want to improve something.
Yeah, do anonymous survey to your clients. Ask them, like, is there anything you could be doing better? How is the level of comfort as they're getting their lashes done? Like, because I always feel like comfort, customer service, like, and then the lashes come. Like, they are more, when you really think about it, like, if you have great customer service, you can be not as good doing lashes and they'll still come. If they're comfortable with you, like, as you're doing the lashes, you can be not as good and they're still going to come. And then if you're really, really good and you have those other two, they're going to come. They're going to be
Mm-hmm.
addicted and they're going to tell everybody. So those are the things that you really, really want to focus on. And I always used to tell my clients before I started, like, please let me know if anything feels uncomfortable during the time of this service. Like, please let me know if I'm using too much pressure on your
Yeah.
eyeball. Please let me know if the iPad is writing and you feel it cutting on your cornea. Please let me know if the fumes are getting in your eyes, because you would be
Mm-hmm.
so surprised how many clients, especially if they're new, they will just endure this pain and not even tell you, let you do the whole service, and then they will never come back because
Nope.
you didn't, like, make them feel comfortable enough to talk to you. And that is something that I really, really, and they could tell that when I say it, I really meant it. I'm not just saying it because we're about to start and
Yeah.
yada yada yada. Like, no, let me know if I'm using too much pressure, because the last thing I want you to do is have a cornea abrasion. And when you start using that type of stuff, it sets you as the expert. They're going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. My last lash girl, she never said that I could get a cornea abrasion. And that's what I feel like I was getting after getting my lashes done with her, because my eyes are really big and round.
Right.
You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Like, I think in the beginning, definitely always, like, where your skill lacks, make up for it with the experience overall. You know, because I feel like like the experience will always trump the skill.
yes.
Because I've seen that happen so many times where like somebody is, well, I don't want to say not as skilled because that sounds mean, but like somebody is not as skilled as like the next person, but they're so much busier, and it's because their customer service is just like top notch compared to somebody else. So in the beginning, I think focusing mostly on your customer service and like doing whatever it takes to make sure your customer is happy, like, and they enjoy their experience, even if the lashes could use some improvement, they'll stick with you. Versus like the
Yeah,
person who just focuses on doing the lashes.
and be humble. If a
Mm-hmm.
client is saying, my lashes are falling out, don't take it as, oh, she's always bitching at me, or
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, my adhesive, I don't know what's going on. Like, really, really don't internalize it at that as like that. Use that as a time to welcome them back in. Let them know that, again, there's that tunnel that they can always come and talk to you if something is going on. And then troubleshoot, like, okay, you have, maybe that client has more oily skin, so you didn't prime that time. So when they come in for the touch up, let them know that you're going to prime, clean before, prime, maybe use a different adhesive. Let them know that you're doing all this, and let them know that you're troubleshooting now to find what works best for them. and that will increase your customer service level, because then it's like, okay, well, last girl I told was had my lashes falling out. She wanted to charge me and told me I wasn't cleaning them and told me I need to do this and that. When it's like, you're taking accountability of it, and it's called troubleshooting, guys. Like,
Mm-hmm.
every business has it. Hairstylists, like, if I wanted to go to blonde right now, they would have to troubleshoot that. They would take out strands of my hair, test to see what volume they're going to use before putting it on my head.
Yeah,
You know, it's okay that you have to go through those steps, and this is just what makes you sound more like an expert.
right. Like never, 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 ever like blame the client. What I do personally is I ask them like open-ended questions that'll kind of lead them to like almost like snitch on themselves,
Tell
and
them
then they're like,
themselves,
oh,
yes.
whoops, it was me. Look at that. And that way they kind of realize it without me having to say like, oh, this is your fault. Because who wants to hear that it's their fault? You know, nobody. But if they come to that conclusion themselves, it's like a little bit more like, oh, whoops, sorry. You know.
Give us an example. Give us an example of that.
So if somebody, I mean, it happens to me too. I mean, it happens to all of us, whatever. If I have a client who has some fallout, I literally just have them come in. I don't give them any issue. Like I do have like a policy, whatever, on how long you have, but you know, customer service. So I have them come in and I ask them basically to walk me through what happened after you left my doors. Tell me everything you did. And then I'm like, okay, great. I just have them keep going, keep going, keep going. And then most of the times they're like, oh, well, you know, after here, I went to here and I had to go get ready for this party. So I had to go put on makeup and then I, you know, had to put on mascara. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? Mascara? Why? Like, you have lashes, you know, so things like that. Like, so I had them just walk me through their day after they left, or, you know, if it's like, you know, if it's like a constant issue where they just are not holding on to them as well as they should be, I'll have them tell me, like, okay, well, tell me what happens when you wake up in the morning. Tell me, what is your routine? And then I'll just have them break it down for me step by step. And that way I can, and if, because I feel like if you ask them, like, okay, well, do you wear this? Do you do this? Do you do this? They're
They're
always
gonna
going to give
say
you like
yes
the right
and
answer.
no. Yeah.
Versus if you ask them open-ended questions, they will tell you, and then you can kind of dissect it and then figure out what the problem is. And then they
Yeah.
also come to the conclusion that it's something they're doing, or you realize like, okay, there's something that I need to improve on, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
You
so,
know, it was always the liquid eyeliner for me.
yes.
Like, it's always the liquid eyeliner, because they're not as good as removing their makeup as they should be, because they're trying to be soft. They're trying
Mm-hmm.
to like not mess with the lashes when they really need to be more aggressive to get all that makeup off of their lashes. So like, I used to tell my clients they can use the micellar water, the pink cap though.
Mm-hmm.
The pink cap specifically, not the blue cap, not the green cap, the pink cap. And that they needed to dip it and drench it in something and wrap it around their finger and multiple times swipe across their lash line. And then they need to clean with the foam cleanser twice to get all that out. Maybe 3 times. They need to really, really be aggressive. I think the biggest thing when it comes to aftercare with clients, they are just too soft with the lashes. They need to
Yeah.
be getting in there. I just got my lashes done, y'all. And if I wanted to clean them right now, I would be so rough. I would be really, really cleaning and getting in there, and they're not going to go anywhere. I might lose one or two. Who cares, you
Yeah.
know?
I tell my clients
But
to use a brush.
yes, a brush is always the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this was so great,
It was
Dennis.
so much
Thank you
fun.
so
Yeah.
much. I'm so sorry again for being late. I met this guy at a cafe, and I was texting him,
Oh,
just taking my sweet on time. And
okay. Well, we can't interfere with love, so.
no, it's not love. It's not love yet. He's a little young. He's a little young for me. I don't know.
All
I'm looking
right, all
for an
right.
older guy.
All right, all right. Well, you can still have some
But
fun.
yeah, I'm gonna send you the dates that I'm in New York. I would love to come and have lunch or dinner, or we
Yeah,
can
for
meet up.
sure.
I'm really coming to New York on a mission. I'm looking to bump into some magazine editors, because I feel like I need a Vogue article to just tell people about these lashes, because they just don't know.
You gotta do it up. You gotta do it up here. They're all over the
Exactly.
city.
Exactly. I might be just pulling up to their office, honestly. I might just sneak in somewhere. But no. And that's why I'm coming to visit my friend. He's a fashion designer. He just moved out there. Coming to visit
Mhm.
him. And then yeah, I'm hoping to like bump into somebody who is works at a big Elle magazine, Vogue magazine, Maybelline, somewhere.
Somewhere,
Something.
somebody help
Something
me.
out in the universe. Exactly.
No, for sure. All right, well, I look forward to that.
Awesome. Well, I'll send those to you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have more lives for you guys this month, and I cannot wait to continue these lives. I think they are helping you guys a lot. If you want to send us specific topics that you want us to cover on the lives, we always have polls going on in our stories and asking questions. So be sure to follow us and give us feedback so we can find more educators and trainers and just outstanding people in the lash industry so that we can come and create this safe space for you guys again. So thank you again, Dennis, so
All right,
much.
you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, bye.